Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to Jace Orcblood and Nod Goblin Nico. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker, as we delve ever deeper into the mysteries of the Lonely Barrow. Now, we've actually got a lot of ground to cover, so let's jump right in. First up, we've got Tristan's level up, and we're obviously putting that into Mystic Theurge. Though, as usual, feel free to let me know what you guys think of my choices here, and if you'd suggest any changes. I do have a backup save. Now, at this point, there's not much reason to continue boosting Tristan's knowledge skills. We only needed those for Mystic Theurge, and they're already covered by the rest of the party. Instead, we'll just keep boosting his Use Magic Devices skill. As for feats, it is tempting to start boosting his spell power, but I think we still need to focus on the basics here. That means we'll be going with Point Blank Shot, which I believe does work with ranged touch attacks. More importantly, it's also a prerequisite for Precise Shot, which we'll definitely want to pick up in the future. And then we get our new spell. I think we'll just keep this simple. Tristan's an offensive caster, so we'll grab a nice basic fireball. And we are done. Okay, let's get back to exploring. Difficulty 22. That's not too bad. I think we might be about the right level for this place. An ancient bas relief depicts Cyclops building a stone tomb. Interesting.
All according to plan.
So, this place might actually be the origin of the scary box we recently encountered.
Anything else?
Oh, yeah, okay. We've got another scary box, so yeah, I think we know what to expect once we crack this thing open. Let's prep accordingly. A massive sarcophagus lies before you. In the dim light, you can see the edges of gleaming carvings that wind their way along the sides and up and across the lid of the sepulchre. Okay, let's give this thing a look. You step closer to take a better look at the sarcophagus lid, and suddenly see deep scratches on its smooth, gleaming surface. Judging by the lid, it was slid aside, then slid back into place. Also, you notice rows of small round holes covering the lid. Were they made to let air flow into the coffin? The carvings on the coffin depict an ancient Cyclopean empire. They speak of a rebellion when human tribes rose against their Cyclopean masters. Judging by the images, the riot was brutally suppressed, the leader of the rebels was caught, and the human armies slaughtered. Lovely. You walk around the sarcophagus, studying where it meets the floor. As you do, you notice fresh tracks in the dust. Someone has been here recently. Intriguing. Well, let's crack this thing open. Putting all your strength into it, you slide the marble slab aside. The slab hits the ground with a great booming noise, echoing in the dark hall. To your horror, the sides of the coffin are raked with scratches and dried blood. Someone was buried here, and they were desperately trying to get out. But despite the scratch marks, there is nothing inside. The sarcophagus is empty. Not what I was expecting. In the darkness behind you, you hear a faint rustling sound. An involuntary shiver runs down your spine. All of a sudden, the grinding of stone erupts around you. The lids of the sarcophagi along the walls begin to slide open. All right. Not quite what I thought was going to happen, but, we were pretty close.
This should do it.
Thankfully, these things go down a lot easier than an undead Cyclops. Oh, hey, and the rest of the party is now caught up with Tristan.
Applause, please.
Nothing new there. Alright, let's take care of these level ups before we go any further. First, we've got Silverleaf, who will, of course, continue being an alchemist. That gets him a feat and slightly more powerful bombs. Skill points go in the usual places. Actually, let's go ahead and max out Persuasion. He's never going to be great at it, but he will need to make some solo checks in the future. Then we've got his feat, and while it is tempting to try to pump his range damage, those all come with some pretty significant accuracy penalties. I think we'll just grab extra bombs instead. Those seem to be working for us. We get a new spell, and there are actually some decent choices here, but I think we'll go with Communal Sea Invisibility. That's it for Silverleaf. Next up, we've got Amiri, who will continue being a barbarian. That gets her another rank in Danger Sense. Skills go in the usual spots, nothing new there. And feats, something I wish she had more of. Cleaving Finish is pretty tempting, but I think we'll stick with Weapon Focus, which it turns out we never picked up, so yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. I am actually giving some serious thought to switching her off to a sword and board. Next we've got Harem, which should be pretty straightforward. Our only real choice here is our feat, and I think we'll go for extra channeling. He is our primary healer. We just have to remember he doesn't qualify for selective channeling. Not yet, anyway. That's it for Harem. Then we've got Ekundeo, who will continue being a ranger, which nets him evasion. A nice little bonus. Standard skill spread. And he gets a new feat. Lots of good choices here. But I think we'll go for improved critical, which is a nice simple passive buff. Done with Ekin. Which finally brings us to the little lady Lindsay. She gets a new level in Bard, which grants her Inspire Greatness, which is actually pretty great. I should really remember to use her music more often. Nothing special here. And then a new feat, which I think we'll use to make her a little more enchanting. Ooh, and then we get a new spell. And I'll admit, my gut instinct is to go for Cure Serious Wounds. But let's be honest here, we have no shortage of healers in the party. I guess we should really go for an enchantment spell instead. Alright, let's grab Crushing Despair. Okay, the party is now officially level 9. Like I said, feel free to leave feedback in the comments below. I can't promise I'll act on every suggestion, but I will take them all under consideration. Anyway, let's get back to it. Oh, that's new.
In due time. Something bothering you?
Yeah, these guys are definitely pushovers. And we've got an open door. You know, we did hear a grinding stone sound when we cracked open that scary box. I assumed it was the wall-mounted sarcophagi, but it could have been this door. Oh, there's actually 2 doors. Okay, let's start with the left one. More Skelemen. He actually landed a hit. Guess they're getting a little tougher. Oh, we've got more sarcophagi. Let's be ready for a fight here.
Applause, please.
We'll save the switch for last. Robe of Water. +2 DC bonus to cold spells. Well, Tristan is more of a fire guy, but he does have those snowball spells. Yeah, we might as well use it till we find something better.
My search was not in vain.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Always a thrill to find a secret door. And another sarcophagi. Okay, let's see if anyone needs that belt. Ah, there we go. Another upgrade for Tristan. And now for the switch. Huh. Well, alright then. The crumbling column is cracked and corroded, as if an acid was poured on it. Really now?
There are other ways to cast this spell.
Well, it was worth a shot. I really do feel like we're missing something there.
This spell doesn't work like that.
All right, we tried. Moving on. That one's still closed. Not sure what that switch did. We must go deeper.
What's that?
Lootable sarcophagi. Ancient scrap of script-covered leather. I want to say we've found one of those before, at the Guardian of the Bloom's fortress. I'd have to double-check that, though.
That is not far.
Let's be careful. There's an obvious setup for an ambush here.
Adventures call to them.
Ah, okay. And we were indeed ambushed. Nice.
Anything else?
As it should be.
Okay. Deeper into the bowels of the barrows we go.
I see something.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to take this one slow. Let's have Lindsay get a little closer. Okay, just wanted to make sure there were no traps.
Confide in me.
I keep expecting some sort of difficulty spike. Tougher monsters, traps mixed into combat. Maybe we really are just overleveled for this place.
In due time.
Swirly Shrine.
Applause, please.
Oh, and some sort of golem. This thing is actually pretty tough. Nothing overwhelming, but that 15 DR is hard to overcome. Well, I guess that's our tougher monsters. I think we can handle it, though. Let's just hedge our bets here.
No mistakes.
Alright, let's do this. Ah, immediately off the rails. We've got 2 golems. Oh, no. Silverleaf, what are you doing? For goodness sake. Okay, Amiri's about to drop, but we've got these things on the ropes. Let's have Tristan start spamming heals.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Oh, okay. That was a lot more brutal than I was expecting it to be. Ah, and that would explain why Amiri was having such a hard time. Though I am still giving serious thought to the whole sword and board thing.
I am prepared.
Done with waiting.
I think we've got some potions here. Nice, that'll do it.
Patience.
What troubles you?
Yes.
And now we can see if that was worth the beating.
Applause, please.
Lesser gloves of dueling. We actually found a set of those out near the Swamp Witch's hut. Again, we're not really kitted out to use them properly, but they certainly don't hurt. Staring at you from the bas relief is an ugly one-eyed creature surrounded by a strange whirlpool. Okay then. This mysterious column has traces of black soot across its surface. Oh, okay, yeah, we know what to do here. I guess the reason we couldn't trigger that first column is because it had already been triggered. Alright, let's zap these columns. There we go. So what am I missing for this one? Oh, right, electricity. I guess the other column was pre-triggered because there is no fire cantrip.
It is finished.
This space relief depicts the creation of a phylactery, the storage device for the soul of a future lich. Really? Okay, so I guess we might not be overleveled for this place after all. As if the golems weren't a big enough clue already.
Anything else? And Lindsay was called forth.
This space relief depicts a lich cyclops incinerating dozens of tiny human figures. Well, that's just lovely. Alright, so our biggest reward for cracking that puzzle was basically forewarning about what we're likely to face once we reach the end of this dungeon. But on the bright side, at least we know what was in that sarcophagi. Oh, we've got a second level.
Applause, please.
Well, let's just wrap things up here first. Oh yeah, hold on. This is obviously set up to immediately surround us as soon as we set off whatever's in the next room. Let's go check out those stairs first. Huh. The closer you get to the magic barrier, the louder a whisper, just on the verge of hearing, becomes. It says over and over, "The door will open to the strongest. Defeat the monsters. Get the key from the dungeon. The key is hidden between two rivers falling into the same lake on its shore. Find it and come. The door will open to the strongest." Intriguing. Maybe that is where our lich is. Well, nothing we can do here now. Not until we find that key. Alright, let's wrap this up.
All according to plan.
Oh, I don't like surprises.
Oh, hold on. Lonely Warrior. Wow, and we failed to inspect him.
Follow my lead.
That's not a good sign. Okay, so we know we're going to be swarmed by Skelemen as soon as we start this fight. We'll just keep our backs to the wall, and hopefully we can take this guy down first.
I'm listening.
Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
All right, here we go.
Right here, my friend.
That is a bad start. Let's go for auto hits. Wow. Barely a dent. Okay, that's a little more like it. Alright, let's knock out this guy behind us.
Serves you right.
Ray, be generous to them, for I am not.
Whoa, this guy is tearing us up. Ekken's about to drop.
Tear them apart!
Ah, it's the ferocious guys. We gotta take them down.
My path at an end.
Cutting this way too close. Alright, let's spam our last few heals.
Repent.
This won't kill me!
You deserved it.
Ooh, yeah. That was another tough one.
In due time.
Refreshing change of pace, if a bit nerve-wracking. Alright, let's have a look around. Frost Greatsword, not bad. Not much else, though. This bas relief depicts the last minutes of a mighty barbarian and his allies, sealed in the sarcophagi. They die in agony, clutching their throats and scratching the inner walls of their eternal prisons. Huh. You know what? I may have misinterpreted a few things here. Talden Stirrup. Interesting. And a Ring of Luck. The golden ring with a mysterious ornament that looks like a runic script. +1 luck bonus on all savings throws. Simple, but certainly useful. Second execution. The edge of the axe has a peculiar angle, which enables it to cut through flesh and bones. +1 Undead Bane Great Axe. Interesting. Okay, I think I get it. This whole place was built by the Lich Cyclops just to punish that rebellious tribe. It would certainly explain why all the undead are human-sized. And I'm guessing the lone warrior was their leader. He's probably the guy that was supposed to be in that empty sarcophagus we found earlier.
That is not far.
Still no idea what's in the basement, though. Anyway, I think we're pretty much done here for now, so let's start heading back towards Stag's Fall. Just need to make a couple of quick detours first. Okay, so we do need to sit down and do some actual baroning for a while, but I've been holding off because I wanted to make sure we set up our artisans first. That means we need to head towards Oleg's, pick up the last piece of the Lawbringer set, deliver it to Dragon, go tell Shaynih'a that Hessa basically hates her, and then we can head back to Stag's Fall. We've got a ways to go, so let's get moving. I do feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm sure it'll come to me. We've also got random encounters. Oh, yikes. That is actually pretty serious. Let's get ourselves set for this.
Repent!
Gotta say, that was actually kind of scary for a random encounter. We'll definitely want to rest soon.
As it should be.
A temple for the people. Your faithful people have raised a large sum of money to build a sanctuary. Now they only have to handle the funds wisely and see that the work is done. Yeah, okay, we can have Jubilos take care of that. Odds aren't great, but we're not going to waste a crisis point on an opportunity. This one should be a bit easier to handle. Ah, bandit casters. Well, we can certainly handle that.
Enemy approaching.
2 whole bandits versus a party of adventurers. Not sure how they thought that would turn out, but it certainly didn't go in their favor. Alright, I was going to rest at Oleg's, but I guess we can set up camp here. At least this way we get to listen to party banter.
You shouldn't treat Sarenrae with such disdain. She's a great goddess who has defeated many horrible monsters. Her shining sword has wiped whole cities from the face of the world.
Not bad. Then why do you keep nagging about mercy and forgiveness? Tell me about how she slaughtered her enemies.
Ah, shoot. You know what? I forgot to set our new spell slots. Well, no harm done. We'll have to rest again by the time we get to Stag's Fall. Not really sure what I'm going for here, so, as usual, feedback is welcome. Ooh, Breath of Life. That is always a good one to have on hand. I'm tempted to go for Animate Dead, but I don't think Tristan would really appreciate that. I guess we'll stick with something a bit more thematically appropriate. Oleg, it has been a while. Good day, Your Grace. Think that looks good. And we will take that. Take it easy, Oleg. Fagan, didn't I build you a shop or something? Ah, right. And that's all the stuff we have in storage. Okay, now we just have to head south, drop this stuff off. I really would have thought there'd be a shorter path.
I tire.
Got a mind there. Oh, I actually can't find the list of names that people recommended for these villages. Feel free to suggest some new ones, and I'll pick my favorites. Greetings. Glad to see you in my shop again. How can I serve you? I recovered your grandfather's armor. You can take it. Dragon smiles happily, but freezes as he sees the armor. Oh, damn. Kurgan, you scoundrel. Ruining perfectly good armor. I gather he couldn't find a buyer for the whole thing, so he decided to sell it off piece by piece. Oh, that'll be a lot of repairs. It'll take forever. Well, I will leave you to it. Now, we just need to have a quick chat with Shaynih'a. I am pleased to see you again, O worthy one. What brings you to me? Hassif tore the letter into shreds, all the while cursing your family. Shaynih'a peers at you in surprise, but her melodious words come off her lips effortlessly. He wasn't pleased. How sad. This reminds me of a story that took place a long, long time ago. Please, let me enlighten you, O worthy one. You know what? I'd love to listen to your story some other time. Surprised, the Vudrani falls silent, shrugs, and gives you a slightly displeased look. Impatience is the mother of all sins, O worthy one. Be careful on this path. Return when you have the time to listen. Until then, I shall wait for you. Okay, I get the idea. I guess we do need to actually listen to her every once in a while. Very well, Shaynih'a. You wanted to tell me a story? I'm all ears. There once was a mighty warrior by the name of Korkor. His mother was a white shark, and his father the most lustful and most inventive of all mortals. Korkor inherited his fearlessness from his father, and from his mother his great strength and thirst for blood. His skin was as white as milk, and his sharp crooked teeth grew in 3 rows. There wasn't a warrior in the world who was stronger or more warlike, and he served the Maharaja loyally. One day, Korkor defeated the poisonous dragon Sruvara, who turned rice fields into nauseating marshes. But Korkor did not notice that Sruvara had scraped his white skin with its talon. Infection entered the hero's body, and he grew weak. He lied down to rest, and remained there for 1,000 years. Nothing could awaken him, even all the strife brought on by the fight with Kothagaz, the dance of disharmony. Once he finally awoke from his slumber, Korkor discovered that his homeland had been ravaged by this terrible attack, and he'd slept through the battle. Disgraced, he moaned and set off for a faraway gorge, where he would deliver his body to the scorpions, that they might eat his flesh and hide him from his shame. For 3 months, the scorpions ate his white skin and ruby flesh, but still the warrior endured. Even when he was eaten, Korkor did not die, for he was truly great. It was then that Bunda, the singing butcher, came to him. The immortal Rakshasa told him that great was Korkor's shame, but more shameful still would be to run from it like a coward, rather than atone for it. Korkor's spirits were rekindled. He arose and, through sheer force of will, forged himself a new body out of iron. He accomplished many great deeds thereafter, and in the end, he regained his position of honor and nobility Huh, we actually got some XP for that. Might need to listen to more of her nonsense stories. As you can see, both honor and disgrace may live in the same body, even though it may belong to a person of worth. Why then cannot my family's deeds be both honorable and disgraceful at the same time? Yes, my kinsmen have spilled much blood, trying to destroy Hassif's family, but it was also they who first decided to seek out peace. I am grateful that I have been able to fulfill my duty, no matter the price. Go now, O worthy one, for my heart has gained peace, and my mind attained clarity, which is so important to a true master. Wow, there is a lot to unpack there. Until we meet again, O worthy one, it shall happen sooner than you think. The perfect human has told me. Yeah, so, basically, Shaynih'a knew that her family were a bunch of murderous scumbags who were hounding Hassifs for generations. And yet, she had somehow convinced herself that a single letter would make up for that, or diffuse the situation. It's hard to say. It does seem in character for her, though. Anyway, I think that brings us to a pretty good stopping point for now. I need to rearrange our skill bars and give you guys a chance to toss me some feedback. But we will pick up here next time, as we head back to Stag's Fall and finally do a little bit of baroning. See you then! Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder Kingmaker, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube channel, the official Discord server, the official Facebook page, the official Twitter feed, the fan-run wikis, or the original crowdfunding campaign over on Kickstarter. Links are in the description.